Oh, hey, get ready to enjoy this great podcast with Courtney and her friends, fueled by Salt and Smoke. You're cute.
Sometimes things are tough, but if you got your family, it's enough. Making lots of friends along the way, especially in the Great Taste Gang. We've got your latest food news and scores from the Cardinals and the Blues. Nikki's part of the crew, and Greg Warren too. SeaWorld and Brando and Casey too. And Ethan and Sean and Emily. And Mark and Marty and Randy. Guy and Risley. And all the moms and convies. Welcome to the Courtney Show.
Good morning. Welcome to Thursday. It is me, Brando, Tim. He's here.
He was here.
Came in and put his backpack down. Had to get coffee. That's what you got to do.
This doesn't feel right. No, it feels
like,
better.
you guys to be comfortable. Man, I got like a minute and a half. I can get coffee.
How would I go talk to Learn?
Let's go have a stop and chat. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Pretty good. Oh, I
tired.
forgot my headphones again. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, you got to have those headphones in or it doesn't feel like you're speaking correctly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bizarre.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense. We're all sitting in the same room.
I know.
Yeah, but I'll wander away. I'm kind of like wandering away from the microphone and realize, I need to be here.
This is pretty funny. So you were in Tennessee, Tim was. Not me or Brando. We don't go anywhere.
No, we're stuck here.
And you did the Nate Bargatze podcast because he's in New York getting ready for SNL.
Yeah.
So you did it with Greg and Sean.
Yeah.
And then two of his co-hosts that are always on it.
Dusty Slay, who's great, and then Brian Bates, who's great, who's also was on the show just a few weeks ago.
Yep. Whenever Courtney was out.
On our show. Yeah.
Yes, and I have something about that too in a minute. But I just we got a text last night from Jody from Kentucky, and it's from the Nate Land fan Facebook page.
Oh.
I mean, almost as big as us, the Nate Land
They're getting
fan
close.
Facebook page.
I didn't know there was
I'm
such
rooting
a thing.
for him. I'm really rooting for him.
From Kyle D. Couch. Anyone else think Tim Convoy is a dead ringer for Chris Pine? I don't see it at all.
Really?
Not at all.
I've heard it before, and then it must have been something about...
And I'm going to tell you this. You're more attractive than Chris Pine.
Oh, wow.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at this.
Appreciate
This is a
that.
big development.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I got to look up Chris Pine.
I've heard it before.
'Cause
There are pictures of Chris Pine. There's one in particular. He did a campaign for like H&M or something, and it was insane how much it looked like me.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird when you...
Which one is
I
the
always say
not?
there's that one moment in time when Skeet Ulrich and I looked remarkably alike.
I believe that.
I had a long period of Helen Hunt in her heyday.
Oh, I can see that too.
Chris Pine. Yeah, he's the one I don't find to be very attractive
Chris Pine?
at all.
Are you kidding me?
I don't.
Oh.
I
Well,
don't.
I think you're better looking than Helen Hunt.
I think Courtney's better looking than Chris Pine.
No, I like
You
the
and
other.
Skeet tied.
That's fair.
I mean, he's a
I don't know
handsome
what
guy.
he looks like
It's
now.
hard to-
I bet we look nothing alike now. But I'm telling you, it's the Scream 2 poster. Somebody was like, yeah, you kind of look like Skeet Ulrich. We're like, oh, I don't really even know who that is. And I walked into the family video in Macomb and I saw it on the poster. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Chris I find to be more attractive.
Hemsworth.
No.
Oh.
Evans?
Yes.
Evans. Really?
I do.
Yeah, you seem like an Evansman.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our own taste. And then
He's wholesome.
I got this morning. Yeah, he loves pets too.
Does he?
So maybe maybe that's in the back of my mind.
Did that Boston commercial.
Yes, he did.
Gotta laugh.
Andrew wrote and said, hey, Courtney, on Greg, Tim, and Sean's new podcast, they joined Nate Land's podcast, and Brian Bates, who was on your show when you weren't there, called it The Christie Show.
Yes.
I was laughing so hard. Greg said, I love you, Brian, and I think you're great. but I can't get you on the Christy show. Really enjoyed that moment. So now it's the Courtney show, the Barb show, and the Christy show.
We brought it back a few times that episode too, the Christy show.
I listened to the beginning of it yesterday. I heard that whole exchange and it made me laugh.
I mean,
Because Brian's so dry, you can't tell if he's doing a bit or not. So even when he said it, I was like Greg and I kind of shot each other a look. I was like, is this coming around? But no, he was just mistaken.
oh, he was just,
Yeah.
he wasn't doing a bit.
No, he was just, he messed up.
The Middle Tennessee kid.
Yeah.
I did not listen to it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
But I support you fully.
That's okay.
See, May agrees with me. Way more attractive than Chris Pine.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, that's, man.
Take that, Pine.
Appreciate it, guys. I think he also has like some gray in his beard. Like even as we age, there's something similar. But it must have been on that particular couple days we did those podcasts because there's just a lot of comments
About the Chris Pine thing?
Yeah, that I feel pressure to keep up.
Feeling a little piney.
No, he looks crazy. He looks a little odd now.
Really?
Doesn't he?
I don't know. I'll take it.
There's some weird stuff going on with him in the
Yes.
what's the movie.
He's a bit of a weirdo, yeah.
That movie.
Because he had weird hair.
Yes, the movie where he was weird at the film festival.
Yes.
Oh, darling, call me darling.
Don't
yeah.
call me
Don't-
darling.
Darling. Yes, darling, whatever that one was. And then he directed a movie. He wrote and directed a movie that he put out that people were like, this is,
The Pool Man one?
yes.
Yeah.
And it just got beat up so bad. Like,
How
it's
old
one
is
of the
Chris
worst.
Pine?
I think he's almost exactly my age.
Is he?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not Chris Pine?
And you know, his dad was in Chips. His dad was
Oh, you can tell.
Robert
he does
Pine, I
look
think
like
was his name.
him.
His dad's in, a ton of stuff.
Is his dad the other cop? He's
No,
the lieutenant, I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of the third guy that you probably
he
think
was
about
in-
when you think about Chips.
He was in other things, too.
Yeah, a
his
lot.
dad.
Even recently.
His dad is very familiar to me.
Yep. You'd know him as soon as you saw him. Lots of heck of a career. Old Robert.
Oh, yeah. I totally know who that is.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to get to talking about the big cheerleading debut for your son, Owen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was great. I put the video up on my Facebook, I guess, at that Brando, if you want to find me. So Owen made his cheerleading debut last night at the Powder Puff game. So he was the homecoming parade was first, and he was not in cheer mode yet. They were in their football jerseys, and he was with the student council, and then so he was in the parade, and Augie was in the parade too with his football team. So we got both kids in their football stuff, which was fun. And Augie had a good time in the parade. He didn't want to go. At the last second, he's like, I don't want to be in the parade.
Oh.
Like, why? You don't have to. You just sit there and throw candy out. And he was upset, didn't want to go to the parade. And then finally, I was just like, you have to go. And so he went. And of course, he had a good time. But his favorite part of the parade was throwing out suckers, because he had a big bag of candy and all different types of candy. And he loved throwing the suckers because he claims he could throw a perfect spiral with a sucker.
I don't believe it.
I'm not sure if I believe
No.
it either, but
Unless he thinks a spiral is like, whoop, whoop.
he said he was whipping them at people, hitting kids left and right. So I'm like, well, maybe he's going to be a quarterback
you know
someday.
what? Similarly, I remember throwing beads out at some Mardi Gras parades, and those were the most fun things to throw
Yeah, it can be fun.
because you can really whip
can whip 'em.
And
It's amazing how accurate you can get with those beads after about halfway through the old Mardi Gras parade. So after the parade was over, then we had to go over to the high school for the Powder Puff game. And so then Owen had to get his stuff on. So I was really proud of the freshman class because it's all guys, the football players or whatever that are cheering. And they went and got purple tutus because they all wear their class color, and their class color is purple, and hair bows. And none of the other cheerleading teams, classes, they were just wearing whatever their color was, their t-shirt. And that was it. I'm like,
they didn't lean into
they
it.
didn't, yeah, they were like, well, we're not going to wear the stupid girl stuff.
I wonder if they'll do the same thing next year after
I
seeing
hope
the
that
refs.
they do, because they still have
They're
all the
embracing
tutus.
it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they got any points for that because it's a competition.
They may wear bows like them.
No, none of them. So the the juniors ended up winning the cheerleading competition for
Between the
but
different classes.
based, I guess, just on their performance.
Was it
which,
good?
Let's be honest, none of the performances are very good.
And what year is Stallone at that school? Based on your impression.
Oh,
None of the girls want to walk around.
That's a little Sylvester Stallone, didn't it? But you know how guys are like, I'll do it, but, I'm not going to wear a tutu or whatever.
You're diseased.
So I don't know. I felt like they got robbed a little bit, even though their performance wasn't.
they should have gotten some points for that, though.
If you would have seen the other performances, you'd be like, well, really, what are we looking for here? None of it's great.
Who are the judges? Who's
I
on the
don't know.
panel?
I'm some celebrity panel of, cheerleading coaches or whatever, I'm assuming. I would hope. Not just students.
The ladies from DCC.
Dallas Cowboys? No, I don't think
Yeah.
they were in town for
Why
that.
not? That would be a good
They're
thing to
tough
have.
but fair, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no kidding.
The weatherman from
Oh, yeah. I haven't even seen the documentary, and I know what you're talking
all
about.
weathermen from the area.
that would have been awesome.
That annoyed me so much.
Yeah, his eyes are a little too close together. I don't know if he's got what it
No, I just
takes.
don't think the splits. I don't think she's doing the splits the way that she should be doing. Shut up, weather guy. Get out of here, you pervert. Anyway, so they perform. So they cheer on the sidelines, and then they did the little performance in between the games, and it was good. And he looked great. I don't know if you can't really see from the video, but he had like a high pony. And his hair,
You could not tell.
such long hair.
It just looked like he had it slicked back.
Yeah, but
You think that was slick back?
no, that's pushback.
No,
Pushed back.
I'm sorry.
We're doing a thing.
No.
But he had a bow, like a big one of the cheerleaders, like big orange bows in his hair behind him, and you could just see him a mile away. So in the video, you can clearly see where Owen is the whole time because he's got this big orange bow, and he was the only one that had long hair. So he had his hair like pulled up in a ponytail, and it looked pretty amazing.
Was he like, man, I can really pull off a pony?
He did not want to do the ponytail. He was like, oh.
But once he saw it, was he like, this is quite a ponytail?
I just basically said, you have to do this. I said, do you want to win this? Do you want to be the funniest? Do you want to get the biggest laughs?
Yeah.
You got to put your hair in a high pony.
How was it? How were his cheerleading moves? Was he
I think they were spirited.
Yeah.
You could tell. I think I sent the
Anybody
picture
do any
and Tim
stag?
pointed out there was charisma. You could feel the
yeah.
charisma coming through.
Absolutely.
Maybe do any stag jumps or
What's that?
They
That's
did.
the one like this.
Oh.
No, not that. They did like the sidekick thing. I think.
What's a sidekick?
Like the.
It's my specialty.
Like there's like one leg goes one way. I don't know what they're called.
Fan kick?
You could
Is it like
say
this?
anything, and no, that's not what it is. So you jump really high, but they didn't jump very high.
Oh,
But they
split
did-
jump?
Sure, and they did like a leapfrog thing. So Owen would stand there, and then the one guy would run from behind him, and then like jump up on his shoulders and jump over him. Which I don't know if you know this or not, but Owen is incredibly tall, so that's quite a feat
Oh, yeah.
to jump over him
I
standing.
saw some somersaults.
Yeah, he did like a somersault. He said he was going to do a cartwheel, but
Cartwheels they're not easy.
I think he chickened out at the last second and went with the somersault. But overall, it was a good time. Freshmen lost their first game. They got blown out pretty good in the first game. And then the second game, they went into overtime, which was pretty exciting. And unfortunately lost in overtime.
The girls.
To the sophomores. Yes, the ladies.
Well, what a night. And the weather was perfect.
I mean, you couldn't have got a better evening. I remember homecoming parades in the past being really hot. We were like, oh, that's not good.
Where was Aaron the whole time? Was he
He had
in
to
there?
work.
Oh.
But he actually came to the Powder Puff game late. So he did get there.
So he came by.
On his own. We didn't even know he was there until he got home. He's like, I was there. That's Aaron's voice. But yeah, he showed up and watched them.
All right. Well, what about you, Tim?
Everything's good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Let's have a report.
I wanted to tell you about my new jeans from Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you about those?
Yeah, you sure can.
So I was stressed when I got there because I was like trying to get a haircut, which I still haven't gotten for these Vegas shows because then the Nate taping. So you're in the casino. We were in the Venetian, and there's all these fancy stores, right? So
Yes.
we're cruising through. I sent you guys a picture of the Mont Blanc store.
Yeah.
Also, the Eagles were in town. Do you know that?
Yeah, they're
Eagles
at the Sphere.
We're at the
Oh,
Sphere.
how exciting for you.
Your favorite band.
So everybody, especially these retail people trying to engage, are you going to the Eagles show? And I just have such an aversion. I would go, no, and like insult everybody around me.
I did a similar thing in Vegas with, what's that comic that is not very funny? He was on SNL years ago.
Oh.
Nobody really knew who he was. He married a really young person.
Oh, Jay Moore.
No.
Oh, I was really confident there.
You got to be careful how you answer that question.
Oh,
You know, he's a comic. He's terrible.
He was a cast
Hate
member?
him. Not funny at
no.
all.
He was like a host, and everybody's like, who is this?
Dane Cook?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's like, are you going Dane Cook? And I was like, no, you want these tickets? Because I had all these free tickets for the TBS Comedy Festival.
Oh.
And I was like, no. I was the same way.
I did it all week. So I go into all these spots, and there's this. It's that 7 for All Mankind jeans
Oh, yeah.
store. You familiar? So I was like, okay, good. This will be good. Man, those jeans are real expensive. But this crew there, they're really good at getting you to buy jeans. So they're bringing me some to try on, and they're like, I'm like, I don't know, are they too tight? And they're like, no, you just got those muscular ties. And I'm like, yeah, you made a
God,
good
you're
point.
right. You nailed me.
They'd all come through and
They
be
say
like,
anything about your
"Those look
calves?"
so good. Yeah, they got into the calves too. They were, they just compliments raining down, and it's like a whole team approach. And I'm a sucker for it. And then there's other people. There's other people trying stuff on, and she's like, "Are you going to the Eagles?" And I go, "No." I'm like, "But I need." Oh, and this is why I came up. I said, "Hey, how quick can you do alterations? Ideally, I'd be wearing these tonight."
Because you have shorter legs.
No, I don't.
What?
You're real long trunk, though.
You're a short leg guy?
No, man, my legs are.
I didn't know this.
I got a totally normal inseam.
All right.
And you're able to just work amongst the
Did
rest
they
of
say
us.
anything about your short legs?
No, but when you buy jeans from a place like that, they're all typically long, and then you alter them.
Oh,
That has
so I
nothing
was
to do-
right about
It
them
is-
being
I've
long.
never had that problem of buying jeans. I think
What?
they're typically the right size.
Yeah.
But I guess
Let me
if
see.
you're if you're a short legger,
No, because you. Never mind. All right,
this is a whole new thing.
I got it. So,
I'm scrapping everything I was planning on doing today. This
I'm
is
like,
all
oh,
about short legs.
I'm like, I have a show. I got to wear them tonight, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I go, "I'm opening for Nikki Glaser
Yeah.
and David Spade," and they're like, "Oh," and I could tell there wasn't like a lot of recognition, but also.
but they were throwing out the Eagles.
But they were
know
throwing out the
something.
but the Eagles. It was just omnipresent when you were
Yeah,
out there.
everywhere.
So I'm trying on all these jeans. They're bringing, and then they start bringing me jackets and all this stuff, and and I'm like, this is out of
Get this
control.
out
But
of here.
these jeans are.
How are the jackets?
These jeans are fine. And at one point, they were cool, but it was not me. You guys would have been like, "What are you wearing?" Like they were cool, but just not my
It was like
style.
when they give somebody a makeover in 80s movies, the guy,
Totally.
and they have like jackets with straps all over
Yes.
them. And it's like,
Yes.
who's dressing like that?
Your first time on Leno or something. You see those videos of comics where like, what was I wearing?
Yeah.
So these women, they're just raining down compliments. At one time, I come out to show them the jeans, and they're like, "Yeah, try the other ones." And then I accidentally step into the wrong, almost through the curtain of the wrong dressing room, and somebody else, another woman was in there. And before I do, I realize it, and they realize it. And I go, "Oh, sorry, sorry." Didn't
Oh
go in
my
there.
gosh.
Step into mine, and then the woman reaches over and goes, "Don't worry, he's really cute." Like it would have been okay. I
Like
was all
he's
right.
cute. So he's okay to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pantsless.
If he was ugly, this would be a problem.
Charge
We'd
into
call
your-
security.
Yes.
He looks like a more handsome Chris Pine with short legs.
No, I think the legs are about the same.
All right. So I buy the jeans and I'm like, all right, this is as good as it's going to get. And they were so expensive. And I just felt sick about it. They were $275.
Oh my gosh.
But I was like, I'm in Vegas,
You're
and then
in
I'm doing
Vegas.
this shit.
I'm hoping you're getting compensated for being there.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're just like, whatever.
For sure. And it was, I wanted to look good on the stage, wanted to look good for the shooting and stuff on Monday. So I get them. So then I find that there's an AG store.
Which
and that's
is your-
kind of my
your
preferred
go-to.
brand. So I go over there, and there's just the actual jeans are great. This guy's cool, helping me out. And there's a sale going on, and everything in there is like $140. And I'm like, oh, well, this is what I have to do. So
You've already bought the expensive ones?
but I'm like, I think I can take them back. But I'm terrified to take them back because these women, everyone was involved. Oh, I forgot the part where, so the woman in the dressing room I almost barged in on, she goes, who is he opening for? And the gal working goes, he's opening for Kevin Spade. I really wanted to go. And then as I'm checking out, she's kind of hitting me. She goes, yeah, my boyfriend and I wanted to go to, Kevin Spade, but we couldn't. And I'm like, you can't even say his name. I'm not going to.
Yeah, no. I'm not bending over backwards.
You know, I've always been a big Kevin Spade fan.
But they were like real invested. So I buy the AGs and then I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to take these other ones back and hope it's a different shift. So I'm scoping out.
So you're now 2 pair of jeans in.
2 pair of jeans in. Yeah. So the show happens that night and I wear the AGs, yeah, they're a little long. They need a little alteration. But they get the job done. So I do not have short legs. So anyway.
You know how whenever you buy pants, they're always a little too long, right? Everyone knows that, right?
Typically in those stores, and some of this was explained to me, they only, just for inventory's sake, they only carry long lengths, inseams, and then you alter them. Because otherwise, think about how much inventory they'd have to carry.
That's true, yeah.
So they err on the long side.
I'm always getting
So if you have
my jeans
perfectly...
altered.
All right, let's
So
get
if you
back.
have
Can we get back to...
So if you have perfectly normal sized legs, you're still going to need to get them altered.
All right.
So the next day, rolls
Call me
around.
Long Legs Brando, apparently.
Long legs skeet. So Saturday rolls around, and I'm like, I got to take this back. But I have formed relationships with 3 of these workers inside this place. They're all invested in these jeans. And
They love you almost as much as they love Kevin Spade.
And you don't love them.
Well,
No,
I think he does now.
They were fun. I mean,
They're being real nice.
We had a lot of laughs. It was like innocent and
No. I mean, you don't love the jeans.
They were fine, but
But
they
are
were
they-
$275.
Okay, I'm just saying, were they like the best jeans you've ever worn?
They weren't. They would have got the job done, but the AGs I liked
They
better.
work
and
better
were,
on
and
you.
were over $100 cheaper. I'm texting, by the way, May's brother the whole time because he's was in the jeans game for a long
He's a
time. He was
jeansman?
an AG guy, yeah. And I'm and so he's weighing in anyway. So the next
is a
day,
weird story.
I'm scoping out the 7 for all
'Cause you don't
Mankind
wanna go
store.
in there
'Cause I
if
don't
they're
wanna-
all there.
Yeah, and I'm hoping there's a shift change. And Jackie's friends who I was with had convinced me that like, yeah, it's going to be all new people Friday to Saturday. You're fine. You got to take those things back. And I don't know that there was a store here in town. Otherwise, I gladly would have flown them back to St. Louis.
I'm not familiar with one.
exchange
I know
from
they
here.
sell them at like Nordstrom and
Yeah.
those places.
But I'm not eating that much money, and I don't think these jeans are all that special. So I scope out and there's all dudes working, and I'm like, all right, cool, all new people, it's fine. I go up, I get the jeans. Yeah, I spent a little time in the Mont Blanc store. Don't worry about it. I go
assumed.
up, I get the jeans, I come in, and the first gal who meets me is one of them, and she goes, oh, and I'm like, yeah. And she goes, they didn't work. And I go, I didn't even wear them. I go, I fell in love with some AGs. They really spoke to me. And she goes, okay. And she looks at the receipt and it's her name. She goes, bummer. And I kind of feel bad. And then from the back, 2 of them come out and they go, Tim, what happened?
Oh my God.
And like from the back of the store in the middle of the whole thing, it's like, I go, I'm sorry, I didn't even wear them. I found some other ones. And then I kind of got into, well, it would have been worse if I wore them. At least I didn't wear these guys. They were very disappointed.
Well,
Were they?
worked it, man.
At the end, they finally, because my heart's beating fast.
Yeah,
and I let all
you
these
let them
people
down. Especially, do they get a commission?
For sure.
Do you work
at
on
least,
commission?
At least the first
Big
one.
mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
At
bump.
least the first one. Yeah, but then
I
they
told him he had long legs.
yeah. Your ties. You got those
I told
muscular
him they
ties.
just make them long.
So in the end, I had the right pants, but I ended some relationships.
I know. Gosh, that
Yeah.
the pressure.
I know.
I know that. I know you're a pleaser. Like,
Totally.
yeah.
I know.
You don't want to let
bad.
people down.
I know.
Except for Brand. You know. Sometimes you let me and Brando down.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'd be here, if my legs weren't so short, I could get here on
Well,
time more
now I
often.
know.
Slows me
Now
down.
there's an excuse.
Uh-huh.
You're clearly dealing with something.
what it
You
is.
need to get a sticker for your license plate so you can park a little closer.
All right, we gotta get on with the show. I had a whole story, but there's no kind of time anymore.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel terrible that I told my story. That was wonderful.
I know.
I had nothing.
It was very much. No, mine's nothing in comparison to that saga, and that was a saga, folks. All right. I mean, man, I don't know how we can get any better than this at this point, but we're going to try,
Award-winning.
folks. We've got tickets to give away. Ludo Halloween is going to be here at the end of October. We have your tickets in the 7 o'clock hour.
Pants will be on display for that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
We've got the Renaissance Festival. That's happening in Wentzville. We have a 4-pack of tickets for that in the 8:30 hour and the 8 o'clock hour. And then 9 for First 5 Notes. We've got those tickets for Eliza Schlesinger. She is going to be at the Stiefel. Is that this weekend?
Saturday night.
Saturday
I
night.
believe.
That plus Courts Court. We've got Hollywood Outsider coming up in just a few minutes. If you guys want to text us, you can do that on the Cheney window and door text line 314-669-4665.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
Pink Floyd has sold out. They just sold their music catalog and name and likeness rights to Sony Music for $400 million. David Gilmour, he's actually been talking about doing it for years. I think mainly because he's tired of dealing with Roger Waters. The sale does not include publishing rights, which still belong to the individual songwriters. It just basically means that Pink Floyd music will be in commercials and movies and
Sounds like
T-shirts. We'll see lots of that
like
stuff.
a real boring commercial.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and it's 400 million.
It's crazy.
It's about
Movies, though,
$399.5 too much, if you ask me.
Yeah.
they could get a lot of mileage out of their stuff in movies. I don't dislike Pink Floyd, but I understand.
I do not love them.
I understand why people don't like Pink Floyd.
Just joyless.
I don't. And it's crazy the amount of fans that will sell out those.
Oh yeah, the tribute.
El Monstero.
Monstero's awesome. I don't like Pink Floyd, but I'll still go see Monstero.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 5 nights in a row.
Sure, it is. I respect kind of the culture around it and that it's its own thing. Not Monstero, Pink. I mean, I love Monstero, but yeah, the music and those guys are just.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them for being so popular,
Yeah,
but it's not my thing.
Hates the Eagles and Pink Floyd. Okay, keeping track. So the Cardinals deal with Bally Sports Midwest is dead.
Yeah, what does this mean? I heard people talking about it yesterday, and I'm very confused. They're only keeping Atlanta. Whatever this.
Yes, Diamond Media Group. That's the company that operates Bally Sports Midwest. They were in court yesterday because the company is in bankruptcy. And I guess during the proceedings, they said they will not broadcast Cardinals games next year unless they negotiate a new contract. So the Cardinals are one of 12 teams that Bally Sports Midwest is dropping. Now, I think 3 of them had a 1-year deal, so they would be negotiating a new deal anyway. And then the other teams have existing deals. And the only one that they are committing to keeping the deal with was, like you said, the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals agreed to a 15-year deal with them back in 2018, but that's when they were still owned by Fox. So Fox sold out to this Diamond Media Group. Bankruptcy happened. That deal that the Cardinals did with them was worth more than $1 billion. Very lucrative deal, which is, I've been saying for the last couple of years, like, when people are complaining about the Cardinals not signing anybody and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I think it's part of this is this TV deal. They don't know what kind of money they're going to have anymore because they know this deal is in jeopardy. And if it's worth $1 billion, I mean, that's a lot of Goldschmidts, is what they like to say in the business. So Bally Sports Midwest said earlier this year that they'd still plan on broadcasting Blues games this season. So it looks like the Blues, as of right now, are okay. So now it leaves a huge question mark as to what is going to happen with the Cardinals and all these other teams that are affected by this. Will they just renegotiate and come up with a new deal with Bally and they'll be back on next year? Or do they go a completely different direction? You've got MLB Network They could come in and carry the games. You've got, obviously, the message boards or whatever everybody was talking about. Like, just put them all on Channel 11. Well, it's fine. You could put them all back on Channel 11, but say goodbye to the Goldschmidts. Like, that was a big deal. If you just air it locally, it's fine, but you're not going to have that same... whatever
cash flow,
that revenue, that stream that got hit by a network like that. But a lot of it has to do with people cutting cords and not getting cable anymore, and they've got to come up with a different method.
I just hope they're on YouTube TV because it is.
Well, I think no matter what happens or who they go with, next year you will be able. My prediction and what I've heard is that you'll be able to stream the games.
By like a on its own
either
Cardinals app or something?
Either through a Cardinals MLB TV app, or through Bally's. They'll sign back with Bally's, but that seems to be what people want, and they're willing to pay for it. But what that will look like, I mean, they don't have a lot of time to figure that out. I know the season's not over yet, but it seems like
it all starts up.
It doesn't take long, and we're through the winter, and all of a sudden they're kicking it back up. So they've got work to do.
Yeah. And this wouldn't affect the broadcasters because they're employees of the Cardinals, right? So other than like budgets and something.
I think they work for Bally's.
I think they work for the Cardinals.
I don't think so. I know that whatchamacallit, the announcers on radio do.
Yes. But the TV,
I don't. You know what? We need to ask. We've got sports people all around us.
I think
I
think the Cardinals hire Skip Carey, not.
You might be.
Oh, yeah.
Bally's. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Well, we'll find out more in the coming days, but that was the big info yesterday. Nikki is going to be on Travis Kelce's new game show. It's called Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? They just dropped the trailer earlier this week, and she's featured heavily in it.
You're an offensive player, is that correct?
That's me, yeah.
And I'm an offensive comedian.
She's got a couple good jokes in there. But I've got the trailer up on the blog if you want to check it out. I don't know exactly which episode she's on or when it'll be on, but once I see something, I'll definitely let you know. Or maybe, I don't know, somebody could drop me a text. Give me a heads up.
Is the format just like, I assume, just like Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader or whatever,
I
where there's like a normal person?
I think it's pretty great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a funny idea.
Yeah. And she's sharp.
And Ron Funches is in the trailer too. He was on our show. Very funny. So we'll see how that all falls together. One of the doctors charged in Matthew Perry's death has pleaded guilty. Dr. Mark Chavez's attorney is now says he is now cooperating with the government. So that could bring more charges, more information to the case. He will be losing his medical license in addition to other things as well, other punishments, I'm sure. Will Smith is offensive in a way that you probably didn't expect. So Men in Black director Barry Sonnenfeld has a new book out called Best Possible Place, Worst Possible Time. And in it, he reveals that Will Smith has terrible gas.
Oh, no.
He says,
Is that necessary?
It's theater of the mind. So he says one day on the set of Men in Black, Will and Tommy Lee Jones were filming a scene in a car when,
all right,
that happened.
Yeah.
And then
he's not going to stop.
Not only did they have to get out of the car, because you're in a car, you're in a confined space. You're like, we have to stop this. But he claims that they had to clear the set for 3 hours.
No way.
3 hours. So
well, he must have had something
maybe
happening.
But he just said, he's like, look, some people.
Who said this now?
The director, Barry Sonnenfeld.
Okay.
Just trying to tell the story, it's interesting. Lady Gaga recently got engaged, and the process was a little weird, as you might expect. She said he asked me if he could ask me. He wanted to know if it was okay to propose before he proposed. She, of course, said, yes, that's fine. She said she's not sure if they're going to go to the courthouse and just get married that way. But she said, knowing me, also it could become a circus with unicorns. So we'll have to see. I would think she would do the big wedding. but never know. Time Magazine just released their 100 Next list, which recognizes 100 people from around the world who are emerging leaders in shaping the future. Lots of entertainers. Sabrina Carpenter, Ashley Park from Emily in Paris, Nicola Coughlan from Bridgerton. That Kaya Gerber made the list. That's Cindy Crawford's daughter. Shabuzi, Renee Rapp, that Olympic rugby player Alana Mayer, and Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, just to name a few of the 100. The full list is on the blog.
Is this a new list? They what do they have? Most influential,
Yeah.
next, and person of
Person
the year.
of the year. And this is their attempt to look hip. Look, we know these young, cool people.
Yeah.
that are
We got our
emerging.
finger on the pulse.
Yeah. Golfer John Daly lost his home in Florida during the hurricane. He had a home in Clearwater. I read through it though. He didn't live there. It was his Florida home, and he actually said he hadn't been there in 2 years, but he had recently renovated it. But he's like, it was a real bummer. I'm like,
Yeah.
you haven't been there in 2 years.
I know somebody that was just with him this week at some Jim Furyk tournament thing.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it was like a pro-am where the pros play with regular people that have money.
Oh, really?
He was one of those regular people that have money. Lots of pictures.
That's cool.
It is really
I bet
cool.
he's a great hang.
Oh, gotta be. Live action Rugrats movie is in the works.
What?
So yeah, I know.
I
love
don't
this
even get
idea.
this.
It'll mix real adults with CGI babies. So I guess the babies will look like the cartoon characters, and then everybody else will just look normal.
What?
I don't know. That sounds stupid. More CGI news in the upcoming biopic about British pop star Robbie Williams. Robbie will be depicted as a CGI monkey. Don't know why.
It's like
The Pharrell thing.
yeah.
Almost, but I think
Really?
Pharrell it's Lego, but they're
Yeah.
all going to look like themselves just in Lego. This is him as a monkey.
Who is it again?
So is it
Robbie Williams.
Is it all?
I
Is
don't
it
get it.
set in
Monkeyland?
the animal kingdom? Are all the characters animals?
Doesn't say. That's all I
Sounds
know
dumb.
so far. He will voice
That's another
the
guy
monkey,
people
though.
always say I look like is Robbie Williams.
I gotta look him up.
Yeah.
You probably think he's ugly too.
I don't think Chris Pine is ugly. I just think he doesn't do it for me.
I'll take it.
It's another Ruggo. I'm Brando, your Hollywood outsider.
You do it for me too.
You and those short little legs. Get over here. Hop up on my knee.
Felt really
Try
weird.
again. Try again.
Brandon, go back to those noises.
Makes
me more comfortable.
We need a palate cleanser. You asked
Palate
for it.
cleanse.
You would hate living at my house, Tim, with all the
the
fartfluencers that Nick follows on TikTok. I have to hear a lot of it coming out of his phone. I'm like, all right, that's plenty.
Tone it down over there, toots.
That is plenty for the night. All right, let's get a look at your traffic.
We can do
The Courtney Show.
Can't wait to show my friends today. Best thing I saw yesterday.
All right, I saw a few things that I don't know if they were funny. The funniest thing I saw, I put on the blog today, and I sent it to our friend Greg Warren the other day too, and he loved it. And it's a video, it's a reel that I got on Instagram, and it's a couple that said it took a few days, but we have now trained our cats to hear Gloria Estefan music and relate it to dinner time. And so it's quiet, and all of a sudden, what's the song?
Rhythm is going to get you?
Yeah, comes on, and they come out of nowhere running into the room for dinner.
That's awesome.
It is so funny. And on the Instagram post, Gloria Estefan loved it.
Oh, that's great.
I thought that was very, very funny. So that's my favorite thing that I saw by far. But I did see a couple interesting things. Did you see that they're at the Lincoln Theater? They're doing a screening of The Outsiders,
No.
and C. Thomas Howell is going to be there.
What?
No way.
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And it's coming up. It's November 1st.
Is he playing? I know he goes on tour.
He does.
music.
Oh, I bet he is.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because he does country, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
And he talks country now, too.
He sure does.
So yeah, that's going to be November 1st at the Lincoln Theater in Belleville, Illinois. You can go to the Lincoln Theater's Facebook page to get all the details.
I wonder if he stayed gold.
Of course he did.
I mean, he's supposed to.
Was he Pony Boy?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He was the main dude with Ralph.
Ralph was Johnny?
No, Johnny was Matt Damon.
Wait, Matt Damon's in The Outsiders?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. God, what was the name of his character?
Yeah, I can't think of it.
I thought it was Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah, because he said, let's do it for Johnny.
Matt Damon
So
is
Matt
in The
Damon
Outsiders?
is not Johnny. Matt Damon is Dilly.
Matt, what? Matt Damon is not in The Outsiders.
Yeah, he is.
Matt Damon, like Ben Affleck and
Oh,
Matt
not
Damon.
Matt Damon.
No. Oh, I'm
Matt
sorry.
Dillon.
Matt Dillon.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt Damon would have been an infant.
I was like, wait, yeah, he's right. That doesn't sound.
No,
it's not right.
I was
The words that are coming out of my mouth.
All right, so what else did I see? Oh, did you see, and this is another Greg Warren-esque thing I saw, that St. Louis was awarded the 2027 NCAA Division I Wrestling Championships?
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
It's big. For St. Louis, it'll be at the Enterprise Center.
Love that.
That's cool.
So I thought that was good. And then, is there a funny thing? Oh, yeah, this one. Here's a funny thing. Besides the cat thing. It's a guy in a Marlboro jacket, like, you know.
I saw this.
And it is, and he's got his stonewashed jeans on, and it says, imagine how hard of a flex the limited edition Cancun Marlboro jacket must have been in the 80s, because it has Cancun on it too.
Oh, my God.
I mean, this guy's proud.
That is great.
It is every bit. It is so 80s.
Wow, look at that.
Every way. His hair needs to be a little longer in the back, though.
So many miles.
All right, what about you guys?
One more correction. Matt Dillon played Dallas, so they called him Dally.
Yeah, I was like,
I said
Dilly.
Dilly, and I'm like, no, because his last name was Dillon, so you can see where I mashed up Dillon and Dallas.
And Ralph Macchio was
Johnny. He was Johnny.
Okay.
Let's do it for Johnny.
He didn't look like a Johnny to me at all.
No. Looked like a Danielson.
All right, what about you guys? What'd you say?
It's from Mommy Cocktail. She said, why, yes, I do need to carry 3 emotional support chapsticks everywhere I go. Thank you very much.
That's you.
That
Like
spoke
it.
to me.
Who's it from? Mommy who?
It's from a mommy. Yeah, Mommy Cocktail. Like, yeah, me and Mommy Cocktail. We know what's going on. Always got to have it. Always got to have it. And this is from, I'm going to do this one instead, from Tim Hamilton. He said, there is virtually nothing more awkward than running into a neighbor for a second time at the grocery store after spending 10 minutes talking to them in another aisle. I try so hard to not run into that person again. Like,
Take a different aisle.
I might just leave. Like, I should just leave and come back later. That's what I have.
Been there. Kristen Arnett said, this morning at 7-Eleven, I saw a lizard next to the coffee maker, and the cashier said, no worries, that's just Marvin. He likes the smell. And then 7-Eleven commented, said, oh no, could you DM us with the store location you visited so that we can check on Marvin? And then Kristen said, no way, I'm not going to narc on my buddy. I love 7-Eleven's like, we got to do something, but we also can't be like,
yeah.
yeah.
Don't freak
Hey,
out.
we just want to go check on the...
Yeah, that sounds hilarious.
Kristen knew better. And like this one from Taylor Burkhalter, he said, there's pictures. It says, I've learned more about love from watching my dad reluctantly rearrange the living room so my mom can make snow angel boomerangs for her 29 Instagram followers than anything else in life. And the dad, they've got the living room all out of order, and the dad just kind of like sitting there with this look on his face while his mom is doing snow angels on the carpet.
Good Lord.
All right, those are the best things we saw. Courtney Show STLs. Where you need to follow us. Why aren't you doing it? Instagram, Facebook. Give us a follow. We've got Food Court. That's next on The Arch.
Food Court.
1065 The Arch.
Food Court is brought to you by the Schnucks Rewards app. Earn 2% back on every purchase with the Schnucks Rewards app. I used my app last night and did not cash in my money. I did not see how much I had either in my rewards. But
Where do you think you're at?
I declined not to use them, but I do have a couple Schnucks stories to tell you about. So last night I made one purchase while Nick wasn't around that I just put it in the cart because it spoke to me. And then one, I was in the bakery department, saw the new donuts, you know, the new maple flavored maple icing bacon donut. And there's another one. There's 2 other ones too. They're available now. It was kind of later in the evening, so I didn't want to get a donut. but I did buy the pumpkin gooey butter cake.
Hello. Actually, it doesn't sound good. Is it good?
It's fantastic.
Really?
Sounds gross.
It is.
It does sound gross.
It is so perfect and delicious. I just got a little piece.
Is it like pumpkin
I almost
pie?
took the piece down last night. And you know how I do.
Why wouldn't you?
No, I can eat one piece because it's a good piece, good sized piece. I can make it last a few days, like 2 or 3 days. But I did not. And it was fantastic.
Like pumpkin pie meets a gooey butter cake?
No, like a pumpkin flavored gooey butter cake.
Okay.
I'm
very curious.
Do you like pumpkin pie? Do you like pumpkin cheesecake? Do you like?
I'm whatever on it.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, but I love gooey butter cake.
And then another thing that happened. Oh, and then I bought in a sneaky way. I did buy one thing that you're going to judge me for. I bought some
SpaghettiOs.
Boo Berry cereal.
Oh, you did?
I did. I haven't had it in years and years and years, and it was my favorite flavor.
Boo Berry was your favorite?
Boo Berry was my favorite.
I'm always a little disappointed the couple times I've had Boo Berry.
I don't know.
I built it up to something bigger than it really was.
You did? Boo Berry, it always caught my eye.
It was not often readily available in the bud. It was Count Chocula and Frankenberry. They were there, but that Boo Berry didn't make it around very often.
And another thing that happened, I'll let you know. I'll give you an update.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that happened last night at Schnucks, I don't know, and Nick finally commented as we were leaving. Random strangers, women, would look at me, smile, and say hello to me. It happened 4 different times.
Do you think they were recognizing you?
No. Nick goes, there's something going on with you.
You're putting
tonight.
out the vibe.
There's
the ladies.
I go, maybe I'm walking like with a little bit of a smile on my face, not an anger face like I normally do. But it was bizarre. It happened like 2 times in the aisles. One time when we pulled the cart to wait in line to get checked out, the woman in front of us turned around and goes, hi. And I was like, hi. And then when we left, it happened again when we were pushing our cart out.
Isn't that weird?
It was weird.
It is weird.
I used to have the weirdest, kind of a similar thing would happen. And I had to have people witness it with me. Like, I promised you this is going to happen. Every time I would drive through this little town called Greenfield, Illinois, people would wave at me. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I must have the same vehicle as someone in this town, and I must look enough like this person that they think that it's me. And every time I'd be like, you watch, and somebody would eventually wave at me. I'm like, see? Did you see that? That guy waved at me.
Bizarre.
And it wasn't like where there's nobody in the town.
Yeah.
Like, it's big enough where you're not
You were the
waving
only
at
car
everybody.
driving on
you're not weirdo waving at everybody. There were times when I would wave at like 5 different people driving through town. Like, what is going on?
Well, I'm just going to tell you, it felt good. So I'm telling you today, if you go grocery shopping, just say hello to some people.
Yeah.
As you're passing them.
But what do you say if you run into them again on the other 2 aisles away?
You don't have
already
to
said hello.
No, you don't need to worry about it.
feel
The
like you
hello
need
has
to
been
say
thrown out
hi
there.
or
A little smile.
Long
a little,
time to see
a little
you.
hello. It's good. It'll make you feel good. All right,
Feel
you
better.
have poured us a drink.
Yes.
It was brought to us by another taste test from Stacy.
Yes, this is so she brought us the Coca-Cola flavored Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
Which we tried and universally panned.
Yeah.
This is the Oreo flavored Coca-Cola, which I feel like I have seen people enjoying this.
Sean was talking
Online.
this up to me over the weekend. He's had it. Here we go.
Is it zero or something, or is it diet?
Taste diet.
It
Yeah,
is
it's
zero.
Okay.
Yeah, I can taste the diet in it.
Yeah.
I can't give you a good.
It just tastes like Coke.
Tastes like Diet Coke. Diet.
I can kind of sense some Oreo, but I might
Little
just
bit.
be looking for it.
It's maybe a real hint of Oreo.
It's got that diet taste to me.
Yeah.
That chemical
Yeah.
diet.
We'd have to try the real one.
Is there a real one?
Oreo?
Oh, I don't know. Like the
Like,
Coke
is it just-
regular without?
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet
With Oreo?
I'll bet it is.
I think
Maybe
I
not.
reported
don't
on
know.
it, but I don't remember.
I think it tastes fine,
Yeah, if you like,
but I'm not getting a strong Oreo.
I don't think it's terrible. Like if you like a diet soda, you might love it.
I like
I'm
Coke
get-
Zero.
Maybe it's in my head. I think I'm getting a little Oreo.
If you didn't know it was there, though,
That is my Oreo cup, though.
usually that's where you keep all your Oreos.
If you want to cleanse the palate, we got those Funyuns over there.
Oh, dude, those are really
There's something about McDonald's collectible collectors that are similar to me to Keishi long timers.
Oh, really? You think
Like-
they complain a lot?
Yes, they're real judgy on anything that's introduced. Like that's a hard place to work because of if they do anything a little
Anything new or
different,
yeah.
there's anger. And you need to have those long timers because they're a part of what built Keishi.
yeah.
Well, McDonald's has revealed their Halloween buckets and people are not happy.
I don't understand. There's an abnormal, in my opinion, an abnormal adulation for these buckets. I'm like, I remember the buckets.
I don't remember it being. You can't
I
fit
don't-
anything in there.
I don't remember caring at all, and it's not a good Halloween bucket. There's not
No,
enough room
it's
for
not
candy.
comfortable. If it gets heavy, it's not a comfortable
They're
hold.
tiny. I don't know where you guys are trick or treating, but you need to find a new spot. That's not big enough.
Anyway, people are like, they're just complaining. Truly monstrous makeover. So they have 4 different pails or buckets you can get. Strong pass on these. Worst boo bucket designs released yet. If their target audience were collectors, they drop the ball.
No, their target audience is children.
If that's actually what they're going to look like, it's a no. I don't know what I'm more disappointed with, the 2024 Boo Buckets or the new Apple release.
Oh my God. That feels like someone who's doing a joke.
I guess they used to have tops on them too.
Oh, yeah. Let me see these things.
And they look like, to me, those are very Halloween looking. The old school ones.
Yeah.
There's a jack-o'-lantern. There's a ghost. There's a green jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, what are the new ones? They're like,
The new ones are just dumb faces. Like a monster, looks like an owl.
And
They're nothing.
They've almost given up. It used to be like the bucket was the head or the entire face, and now it's almost like it's a picture of a character on there. Does that make sense?
Yes. I don't know. People are upset. So, they've made some smart moves for the collectors in the past few years.
Yeah.
Different things they've released. This one is not getting high marks.
These aren't great.
I saw a story yesterday that's food related. Did you see the Longhorn by my house? A bunch of people have gotten sick. Some kind
I
of.
thought you were talking about the cow. like a longhorn steer.
Oh no,
was-
the Longhorn.
Like what, just wandering around
See the
Fairview
Longhorn?
Heights?
The Longhorn Steakhouse there. There's a recent spike from people that ate there and this bacterial infection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't go there, I
So I'm
guess.
just letting you know. I think they closed down yesterday, possibly. If you've eaten there in the past few days, I would Google that information if you haven't felt well. We have a number 1 convenience store chain, according to a big, huge survey they did over 7 months.
Was this
And-
a national chain? Or
These
they
are
more
national.
regional?
These are national chains. But I mean, they're national chains that are regional. Do you know what I'm saying?
So like Quick Trip
Quick Trip's
is
number.
big enough.
Quick Trip's number 2.
Really?
Number 2, they ranked them based on convenience of store hours, locations, coffee freshness, food quality, and wait times and speed of checkout. Quick Trip, that's where they do something a little special, I think there.
They get you in and out of there.
Well, they have
fast.
usually two
The one cashier will work 2 lanes.
lanes.
It's impressive.
It's special.
Yeah, it is.
So
The training must be wild.
Buc-ee's has to be on that list then.
it's number 3.
But yeah, based on food and everything. But speed, I don't know how. I wouldn't say it's the fastest experience because there's so many people.
That's number 3. Number 1, It's all about their food, and I've heard about it for a long time. And
Is it the East Coast?
Yeah, Wawa's. That is number one, and barely above Quick Trip, quite frankly. It's all about their sandwiches, their pizza, their quesadillas. They have full breakfast menu, so they're number one. Coming in at number 4, Murphy USA.
Oh,
I've seen those.
Seen them.
And number 5, Casey's.
I don't love Casey's like
You don't love that pizza?
I don't know.
That pizza's good.
People
Oh,
love
you
it.
can't really eat their pizza.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yeah. I mean, Casey's is good.
Casey's is
It
good.
makes
I
sense.
think I'm just in such a the road trip is where you encounter them, and they've got small bathrooms. They've got single bathrooms. You go to Casey's, you're usually waiting.
Oh, okay. I don't know if they even took bathroom size in.
Well, you got to.
I mean, if Wally's had more than 2 locations, they would boot Casey's out of that list.
Yes.
But it's hard when you just got 2 spots.
Yeah. All right.
But we got one.
Those are your food stories for the day. Let's get a look at your traffic.
You can do it! I see dead people.
Hello, Newman.
Where's the beach? What you talking about,
Throwback Live.
All right, we've got our contestants all lined up for Throwback Live. Tim, you are going to be playing for Naomi from Florissant. I'll be playing for Ian from St. Peter's. And Brando has Ronnie from New Melly up for grabs. We have a pair of tickets for you to go to the Friday night Halloween show at the pageant. That is October 25th. There are 3 nights of shows, the 25th through the 27th. Get your tickets at thepageant.com.
Throwback Live is brought to you by the Madison County Fireman's Bingo Hall with a chance to win $25,000 in their Crazy 8 raffle. We're having a great time in here. And
We always do.
Part of the reason, at least some percentage, is because Afton is here.
Hi,
Yeah,
Afton.
I'm so glad to see you guys. So glad to be here.
Happy to see you,
great
too.
to see
We do
you.
have a good time. And Ray's here. That's always exciting, too.
Good morning.
Hi, Ray.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome.
He loves it. He loves it.
Yeah,
so,
he does.
Ray's going to play your throwback clips, and you guys are going to ring in with these sounds. Courtney, Brando, and Tim. Question 1. Name this 1993 movie.
No, you want a s'more. I haven't had anything yet, so how can I have some more of nothing? Shut up! You're killing me, Smalls.
That was Courtney.
It's that one movie that all the kids like when they were at a certain age.
I want this one, Afton.
It's,
She doesn't know it.
I do know
She
it.
doesn't know it.
I totally know
No,
it.
she couldn't find
Quit
Winwood's the
heckling
other
her.
All right, no psych
Let her
out.
think.
Can't find this.
Headphones off. She's got to think.
Now I forgot.
I don't think I have that kind of time to come up with the name of the movie, which is I don't know.
Just The Sandlot.
The Sandlot.
Never seen it.
Really?
Haven't had anything
I
yet.
would think that would
Yeah,
be
but
right in
everybody
your.
knows that.
Totally. That feels like a
You're
comedy
killing me,
movie.
Smalls.
Couldn't
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah. Question 2. Name this backwards song title or artist. Courtney?
I thought it was somebody when I rang in, and now I know it's not. I'm going to guess Jewel.
No. Tim?
Kelly Clarkson?
Kelly Clarkson is correct.
I was wrong.
Took a while to get to that.
Sounded like Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah, it did.
Older.
It's the beauty of Clarkson. Backwards, she sounds like a throwback.
Question 3. Who's talking here?
Oh, yeah, duh.
I thought it was Brando.
It was.
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin is correct. All right, 2 points. Tim,
That documentary, just quick moment. Everyone should watch that.
Everyone.
Oh, I've watched it twice.
So,
there's a Steve Martin documentary?
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, an Apple.
Two-parter. Really,
Okay,
really
I'd
good.
watch that.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 4. Name this advertiser.
Have you ever been frustrated because the Noid ruined your...
And it wasn't me. It was, I think it was,
Tie between these two?
yeah, sure.
Did you think that, or did you think it was Brando?
I felt Ty. He definitely beat me on the other one, but that one I felt.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Domino's.
Pizza?
Domino's is
The
correct.
Noid loves to ruin pizza.
All right, question 5.
Noid, I tell you what.
It's a tie, right?
Well, so it's 2.5 Tim, 1.5 Brando. So Brando could tie, you could spoil.
Oh, Do I want to?
Yes, of course you do. You'll get this one.
Question 5. Which TV drama series used this music? Tim?
Oh, just got to take a risk here. It's either this one or this one. Dynasty?
No. Brando?
West Wing?
It is the West Wing. Wow, we have a tie.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck, gentlemen. Here's your tiebreaker, question 6. Name this TV game show.
So this is the final answer heard all around the world. He's one.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That is correct.
$1 million.
For a Tim Convey win.
Yes, thank you, everybody.
Regis. Miss him. Congratulations to you, Naomi. You went with your heart and you were correct. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
Have you been to one of the shows for Halloween?
No, I have not.
Oh, man.
Get ready. Get ready.
You're going to see some pretty amazing jeans.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
You're going to have a great time. You have tickets for the Friday night, October 25th show for Halloween, but you can get tickets for the 26th or 27th as well at the pageant, thepageant.com. Hold on, Naomi. We'll get you those tickets, and we'll have another pair to give away tomorrow on The Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
Backflip Don just made me laugh out loud in the studio from a text he sent on the Cheney window into our text line. It is just, it's a picture of, it says rare sighting of Tim in his Halloween costume, and it's a picture of the Deadpool with the baby legs. If you don't know what we're talking about, sorry. Listen to that podcast.
I would happily measure them. They are perfectly proportioned.
Oh, my goodness. That's really
really happy about it.
Yeah, the first break, Tim had quite a saga about buying jeans, and it's worth going back to the podcast to
I
listen.
think he regrets it.
Well,
because I've never been brought to my attention that Tim has a slight deformity.
He does not. It's just, all right, we're moving on.
Short legger.
I want to call out dummies that are doing this, all right? This is not a people is dumb, but it is a general people is dumb if you've done that. I'm trying to move on here.
I appreciate it.
I'm the one that brought it up, and now I feel guilty. All right.
Deadpool pictures. So
Dude, it's so funny. My gosh. So I've seen people posting pictures of Costco's in this area, Sam's, wiped out of toilet paper.
Yeah, because it has to do with the
It
strike.
doesn't have anything to do with it.
Oh, really? They're just people are just.
No, that's why they're doing it. But they're dumb because it's not going to affect toilet paper.
No. These are the same damn people that went out and bought it the first time.
Well, it's crazy to me. So there's this big port strike that's going on right now, and it's the dock workers on the East Coast, Gulf Coast, walked off the job after their contract expired. Mm-hmm. They're looking for a bunch of stuff like better pay, more protection against job automation. Anyway, so the TP shortage of 2020, they thought, well, I better get my toilet paper, rushed to the stores, cleared them out, empty shelves everywhere around the country. 90% of the toilet paper we use is made right here in the US of A. 90%.
Oh my gosh.
The other 10% largely comes from Canada and Mexico, so it's mostly brought in on trains.
Yes.
And trucks.
It's probably the one thing that's not
boats.
affected at all by this.
At all. At all.
God, you people are
so these people
stupid.
Clearing these shelves, you don't need to. You
Knock
don't
it
need
off.
to. It's not going to affect that at all.
Now
But
they're going to have to do like a limit to or whatever.
I don't know.
Police their carts, and they're going to be videos of people fighting over it. I got a big house. I need 4 pallets of TP.
It might, if it goes on long, it might affect one thing that cannot be hoarded. What is the one thing that does not last long that you...
Bananas.
Bananas.
We're not growing no bananas here in the U.S.
No. Ports affected by the strike handle about 75% of America's banana supply.
There you go. If you want to go and hoard stuff, because you're just dying to go hoarding, you want to go hoarding around, go get the bananas. I'll allow it.
All right, that was a public service message for you.
It's beneficial.
Let's get a look at your traffic. We've got some numbers coming up in just a few minutes. If you have something for Weekend Was Up too, like you want mentioned and not after the fact, you can text us on the Cheney window and door text line.
Keep those Halloween costumes a-coming.
The Courtney Show.
Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number. Timmy looks at the number.
I'm Timmy, and these are the numbers. It has been too long. Lots of numbers have accumulated. We're going to get to as many as we can. You want to talk pets first? Let's talk about pets. A comprehensive worldwide study talked to nearly 60,000 people in 20 countries and asked them if they were pet parents to dogs and or cats. What percentage of people do you think have a pet?
Worldwide?
Yes.
80.
70%.
It is way lower than you would think. 56%.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? 56% of people have a cat or a dog. Cat ownership more common than dog ownership globally, and slightly more men, 52% than women, 48% are cat owners.
More men are cat owners than women?
Yeah, but by just a little bit. The most popular breeds of dogs globally, Labrador, Chihuahua, Golden Retriever, and the most popular cat breeds are Persian, British Shorthair, and Siamese.
What about
If you please.
just regular old cats?
Yeah, I think most cats are just cats.
The two main reasons people choose not to have dogs are unsuitable living conditions.
Yeah.
Like not having enough space or outdoor areas.
Not being home enough.
And the time it takes. Yeah, two main reasons people do not have a cat are they don't want their furniture damaged and they are allergic to them. I'm very allergic. We can barely spend time at Liz and Eden's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just bought
or at
these.
least that's the story you're sticking with.
Yeah. We gotta get out of here. No, it's a great hangover there. But I look over at my wife and she's like red, and I'm like, oh, we gotta go. Generally, not being around enough is also a concern for people having pets. 32% of pet parents say they feel guilty about leaving their dogs and cats alone.
Yeah.
Well, cats don't seem to mind, but dogs, that's tough.
But cats get weird too. Like if you're gone all day and you come home, they'll give you the stink eye.
Like, where have you been?
And you can call, like, if there's one missing, if you have multiple, and you call and call, they will not come. And they'll mess with you. And then you start stressing out. And they won't.
You got to shake the treat bag or something.
I do. We do. You know, the Temptations don't work for the cats.
My cats.
It's the other one, the party mix.
They're none of the current treat brands that I've come across are they crazy about. They're okay with them, but nothing's like bonkers.
Have you tried that party mix that comes in like a big... Here's the problem with the party mix container and those peanut butter pretzel containers. They hear the party mix container and the lid comes off and it's a plastic thing.
And you're like, these are mommy's
I'm
treats.
eating pretzels.
And the smell. I mean, I think their smell is so good that you just open the top of it.
No, it's all about the sound. They can hear it.
Yeah, they hear that little bit of rattle, and they're like,
it's funny.
Let's go.
Interesting. Yeah, we, about the attention thing, we'll leave Max and friends will stay, like Andrew, remember, stayed with him, and like he gets weird when we're gone and they have a hard time eating. We used to board him when we leave. That's when he was doing camp during the day, and he doesn't since we've been in this new house. So we feel bad taking him there, but I think he has
I think camp is good for them.
Yeah, he has a better time with all those dogs, I think, than just walking around our house going, where are they? And who are these other people? You want to talk about tipping? This is not a bit. Tipping is back. You want to talk about?
It's very tempting.
Let's do it. New poll looked at the top people that we refuse to tip, even if a credit card machine asks us to. And number one on the list,
like
probably not
kiosk workers.
Homecoming dress salespeople.
Oh, yeah.
Your mechanic.
Oh, I've never had that come up.
Well, you're not, again, that story that we did over and over and over again. Those are the type of people you're really not supposed to tip. 82% would never tip them. 18% said they might. The other one is concession stand workers at sporting events.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one come up. I'm not tipping.
Oh, really?
The concession stand?
Are you talking about at like the Cardinals game or at like your kids' games?
Any of it.
I tip at the concession.
Yeah, I do too.
Why?
Well, first of all, a lot of times they make
Just
a big
turn
deal
around
out of it.
and grab it. Here it is.
Oh, no. But if they are giving you, if you go to a concession stand where they're giving you your drinks or whatever.
Yeah, they go fill up your soda and they take your popcorn out of the thing.
I'm tipping them.
I think back in the day you did. I think that's not a new thing.
I do other all the time, though. I don't do the percentage.
You put in your own
It takes a
number?
little more time, but I put in my own number because I'm not giving them the percentage because prices are crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the concession. I just remember as a kid going to the Cardinals games and you'd throw a tip over and the whole place would they'd give some signal and then everyone would
cheer.
Yeah.
Well, I never heard that signal because I ain't tipping.
I ain't tipping.
Fast food workers.
Not for that.
53% of people would not tip fast food workers. That to me is a bummer because if you work at that's where I wish tipping was more common is fast food because those people are making barely minimum wage. For a lot of those people, it's like, you're commuting and everything. That's where I wish we were.
I don't want to deal with that. Just pay them more and charge more, and then I don't have to think about it. And I don't have to do math. I'm sorry they're not making more money, and McDonald's or whoever, you should pay them more and just be like, sorry, we have to pay them more and we're raising our price.
I agree that they should. My problem is that we, at like a coffee place or a smoothie place, we're dumping a bunch of bucks, and somebody who's like fighting to pay bills and is taking a bus to a Subway, and it's barely worth it to have that job, and we're
But
commonly
there are
not
people
giving
that are other people that are working terrible jobs that don't pay enough. That are not tip eligible jobs. That they're like, I guess my job just sucks because no one's ever going to tip me.
Nick swears anytime he tries to tip a fast food person, his order's always messed up.
Oh, really?
Like they're so
that's weird.
Shocked by the tip.
Are they just like throwing extra food in?
Like
give him a Frosty.
It's weird. It has happened multiple times.
That's strange.
Like just keep the change, or that's for you. Yeah. And it's always messed up.
Yeah. Just pickles and pickles and pickles. On the flop side, the top people that we always tip are food delivery drivers, Uber drivers, Instacart shoppers, and bartenders.
Yeah, that's the tip culture right there. If you're not tipping those people, you're a terrible human.
Yeah, 1 in 7 people. I'll do one more. I just feel it in my bones that I should do one more. Someone polled people on Reddit and asked what they usually wear to bed, and 1 in 7 people said that they wear to bed what they're wearing right now. We talked to a friend with kids recently who said to avoid all the running around and fights in the morning, they just put their kids to bed
in the outfit
in what they're wearing.
I've heard of other parents that do that.
Is that true?
Yeah, I've heard of parents that do that.
It sounds crazy, but I'm also like,
man,
yeah, it's great.
I like it.
Right?
If you got a lot of kids, it's not a bad idea.
They got strong opinions in the morning about what they want to put on.
Like you pick it out tonight.
Yeah, thank God he doesn't have my short legs, so it makes it easier to find whatever.
Are we sure?
Our legs are actually about the same size.
So he's going to be all right.
Yeah. 14% said they usually sleep in whatever they wore that day. Top 5 choices and how many people chose each one for what they wear to bed. 31% of people are wearing pajamas.
No.
30% are wearing just underwear. 14% it's whatever you wore that day. 14% are wearing nothing. Hello. 2% are just topless. No top, but they've got pants on. And then 8% said none of the above, which who knows what that means.
I'm none of the above.
What are you sleeping in?
I'm sleeping
Ludo
in
sweatshirt?
Huh?
That Ludo sweatshirt?
No, like a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm wearing to bed.
No nightgown?
I don't have a moo-moo.
I wish I wore pajamas. I like the idea of it.
I bought some pajamas, and I don't find myself going for them.
Sleeping in something with like buttons on it just seems crazy. What
if
are
I'm
you
not
wearing?
Feeling well, I'll wear like pajama pants.
Pajama pants get
like
all
cold,
messed up.
Get that, like the chills, and then I'll wear I have some pajama pants, but those are just for wandering around.
You need one of those moo-moos your kids have.
I know. Well, you'd be hot in those.
So what are you, just
t-shirt
boxers?
and boxers?
T-shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even want to see my stomach while I'm sleeping.
I hear that.
Plus, your feet are right there. They're so close.
I'm Timmy. Those are the numbers. This is the Courtney Show.
The Courtney Show.
It's time for court. Court is in session.
All rise. This court with the Honorable Judge Van Landrum presiding is now in session.
Good afternoon.
Gobble, gobble, gobble.
It doesn't seem like morning is correct for a judge of my caliber.
You got to get started early.
You may be seated. This is a good opportunity, too, to let you know that if you have a dilemma, a dispute, a quandary, bring it to us. Court's court. And we will weigh in and make a decision if it's something small, a little workplace disagreement, a relationship disagreement. We will weigh in, and everyone's always guilty, but we will give an answer to you about what we think is the correct answer. All right, so I saw this on, I think it was Instagram, and I thought it was interesting. Carolyn is her name. She used to get a lot of play on past shows that I was on. Carolyn Hacks, maybe? Is that her name? Ask Carolyn.
Oh.
Anyway, somebody sent in an issue that she's having with her husband, and I want to get your take on it. My husband gets up every morning and immediately takes a shower. There are no exceptions. If he is getting up to go on a 20-mile bike ride, he showers first. If it's Christmas morning, kids are ready to open their presents, everyone waits for him to shower. It's just the way he is. I have worked out that this is just one of his quirks. Well, about 10 years ago, I learned he revealed to a family member his concerns about my not showering often enough. And someday acquiring old lady smell.
like that's how you get it, by not showering through your life.
It just sticks with you.
I mean, he went to his family and talked about her hygiene.
I mean, I wonder if he was being serious or was he
no,
joking?
I've got more. I told him how much he had hurt me and how terrible it made me feel about myself. He apologized, but I am reminded of the hurt every time he talks about my showering, which he does nearly every day.
Yeah, this guy's a real OCD.
This is a bad thing.
What is she showering every 3 weeks or what?
No, I think let me read more.
Okay.
He thinks it's an innocent question if he asks me when I'm going to shower. But for me, this means I must smell bad. I have asked him 1,000 times to please stop talking about my showering, and he won't even try. He says he's not doing anything wrong. I'm at my wit's end. I feel constantly assaulted. He just says he doesn't mean anything by it, that it's unreasonable of me to expect him not to use the word shower, that it's my problem and I have to get over it. What should I do?
Well, that's...
I mean, again, I would like to know...
gaslighting vibe there.
Yeah, it sounds bad, but is she just skipping a day occasionally, or is she showering every 3 weeks?
I think she showers every other day, probably.
Yeah. Not as frequently as him. It sounds like he's got a bit of a little tick going on.
Yeah, but this is a thing. This is a thing. This is...
They should go.
This is a major deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's probably other things that this fella does.
This guy
that
sounds like
a little obsessive.
I
don't know that he can.
Not my kind of guy.
He probably can't necessarily help that he's so obsessed with the showers. Because you said he won't do anything until he takes a shower in the morning. I wonder if he takes multiple showers some days, too.
I think he has the problem.
He absolutely
He's the one with the problem.
He absolutely does have the problem. That's unacceptable, the way that he's shaming her, even if he doesn't understand that he's shaming her. But I think she does need to understand that this is probably not so much a thing that... This isn't really something he can maybe help.
Yeah, but this is... Every time you're thinking he's judging you on a daily basis, every single day. You cannot get past that unless he seeks some kind of professional help.
I think he needs help. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I don't think that we can be like, he needs to stop. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll stop.
No, I know.
I don't think he's going to stop.
He needs to find a way, because this is...
Because I take a shower almost every day, even on the weekends.
Shower break.
And I like to show off my showered body. But
immediately put a t-shirt on.
But I'm not to the Christmas morning or whatever. some days I'll go all day, especially if I know I'm going to be doing like gross work on the weekend. I'm like, well, I'm not going to shower now. I got to go outside and mow the grass and do all that. So I'll wait until later. I don't want to ruin a good shower, but that sounds different than that.
Him going behind her back and mentioning it to family and friends.
Yeah.
That's bad too.
With like a serious tone. That tells me that he's got worried about the germs a little bit too much.
Yeah. I feel bad for this woman.
I do too.
Because this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Yes.
I think we all agree she should divorce him immediately.
I do too. And
Get rid of him.
break up the family.
Gobble, gobble.
I'm grateful
Who cares?
that my wife is
He can shower by himself.
Is what?
patient with my lack of showering. This is the phase in my life I find that I'll go, oh my God, I haven't showered in a couple, things are so, it's just like something about, I don't know what it is, but I'm like, this is, I'm out of control. I need.
She's like, hey, you comfortable? Comfortable enough in this relationship? Maybe don't be.
I'm almost like, are you going to say something? Like, I'll realize, oh man, it has been a few days. And I'll be like upset that she hasn't said anything.
Yeah, you should have noticed by now.
Yes, exactly.
It's bad.
You got to pay attention.
For people like me, it's bad for me to shower every day because of my dry skin. It really dries you out.
It would probably be better if I didn't shower as often as I do because I do have pretty dry skin. But I feel like a new man every time. That's how I start my day.
Yeah, it is a great, especially when you go a few, I don't know, days, weeks.
If you're
really savor
like if you're sick and a shower would maybe make you feel better, you just can't even find the energy and you're like, oh, you've got that.
That's my trick to like getting to work some days. It's just like, just get to the shower. Because I'm like,
get to the shower.
I don't want to go. And then I get in and I'm like, all right, I can do it again.
And it's a great way, like the days that maybe the baby's up and I'm like, all right, well, I have 15 extra minutes. I'll just shower or it feels great.
Yeah.
All right. I think we all agree.
Divorce. Guilty. You're a bad human.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Any more? No?
Nope, that's it.
All right, traffic. 55 northbound.
Oh, but you know what I will say?
What?
Either email or text us your dilemmas so we can discuss them and you'll provide some content for Court's Court.
And if you don't want to like cannon fodder for the room, you could email it directly to Courtney also.
Yeah, you can. Courtney at 1065thearch.com. Mm-hmm. But you can also text us and we can keep you anonymous as well. All of those things can happen. Cheney Window and Door text line 314-669-4665.
The Hollywood Outsider on 106.5 The Arch.
An anonymous poll asked NFL players what their true feelings are about Taylor Swift. And according to this anonymous poll, over 72% of them are fine with Taylor Swift. Being at games, getting lots of attention, going to NFL games. They think Taylor's presence at Kansas City Chiefs games has been a positive for the league, 72%. Only 4.9% think it's been a negative, and then around 22% are just like, I don't think it's had an effect either way. One player was quoted saying, at the end of the day, it's a business, and you need to get as many eyes on it as possible. So they're like, yeah, I mean, of course she's not playing football, but look at all the extra attention that we're all getting because of, Taylor Swift coming to these NFL games.
It's a net positive. More people are watching. As crazy as that sounds, that is the truth. Nikki Glaser knows about football now, which is bananas. Mm-hmm. And that's a big part of it. So, all the guys rolling their eyes every time they cut to the shot of her. I get it, but overall,
as far as the players are concerned, apparently they're like, look, it's fine.
Yeah, they don't.
It's good.
They want to get paid.
We're learning more about why it took over a month for us to find out that John Amos had died. So apparently his son has been keeping John isolated from the rest of the family. And that's at least according to the rest of the family. In a family statement, John's relatives said over the past year, John Amos was isolated from his family and close friends by Kelly K.C. Amos. That's the son. And then a couple other names. It must be helpers or something. They claim that John was suffering from dementia, and they found out about his death the same way that we did. So the family didn't know that he had passed away until media reports started coming out that he had died. So they're not happy.
I know, it's crazy.
Kevin Smith offered his daughter Harley the lead in his new movie, and she turned him down. He says She was just like, you don't think I've got enough Nepo baby crap to deal with online? So she's already starred in 2 of his movies in the past, Yoga Hosers and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. So this new movie, which is called the 4:30 movie, I think I didn't write it down, but I think it's called the 4:30 movie. Kevin, instead of casting his daughter in the lead role, which is him basically, it's a story about him, Kevin was able to cast Harley's boyfriend in the lead instead. His name is Austin Zager, and I think I put the trailer up on the blog today if you want to check it out. It looks really good. It's a very different kind of I shouldn't say it's a very different Kevin Smith type of movie, but it's none of those characters, none of the world that you're used to seeing. It looks like it's his story of when he was a kid and fell in love with movies and growing up in New Jersey, and there's a girl involved, and so I'm interested to see it. It is available, I think, on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon and I saw it on Apple, I believe. But I don't think it's free as of right now. I think you'd have to pay. So it might still be in a theater or two. But the 4:30 movie, I believe is what it's called. Elton John says there's not much of him left anymore. He said, I don't have tonsils, adenoids, or an appendix. I don't have a prostate. I don't have a right hip or a left knee or a right knee. He said the only thing left of his
bionic man.
His original parts is his left hip. And other stuff, too. Masked Singer spoiler, if you missed last night. Stop listening for a moment. Here we go. Yvette Nicole Brown from Community was unmasked last night.
She's great. I wonder if she can sing.
Apparently not. They kicked her off. I don't even know how that show works anymore. Is it if you're not good, they get rid of you, or if they can guess you?
I think it's different people every week.
Yeah.
And then there's the finals with maybe
maybe it has nothing to do with the performance anymore. Maybe it's just like, well, this person's getting booted off at the end of the show anyway. I don't know. Somebody could explain it. Michael Che from Saturday Night Live is developing a late night show. They say it's got kind of a John Mulaney, Everybody's in LA vibe to it, which, I mean, we watched a lot of those episodes. There were moments that seemed cool and interesting about that.
Yeah.
And then other times we were like, they didn't, it's kind of winging it. I don't think it's working. But it's got a desk and a couch, but they say it's very unstructured. Nothing has been out there yet, but I think they've done some test shows, so people have seen.
He's great. I would check it out.
He is. I wonder if that is going to spell the end of him on SNL. I mean, you would think that would be very difficult to do both of those things.
Yeah, probably.
That would be kind of a bummer to see him leave SNL, but do it, Michael. People online have been accusing Sabrina Carpenter of lip syncing during her live shows. She said she sings 100% live at every show. I don't have a dog in the fight. I haven't seen her perform live, but
she one of the first radio things I did, events, she sang. I think we were up at that 360 up there. She came in and did it. It was like 50 people, and she sang, and she sounded great.
Yeah. So you think she can sing?
I mean, she's a lifelong. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I always question it when they're doing a lot of dances and stuff. I'm like, all right, are you really singing?
I know.
Because when people do really sing and do a lot of dance moves, you hear the
right.
I don't know how they
heavy
can
breathing.
do it.
Yeah,
I know.
But I don't know how much dancing she's doing in her shows. Is she a dancing gal?
I like your dancing moves.
That's my dance.
That's pretty good.
I shake my shoulders like a mom.
I don't know if she's breaking it down. I think there's a lot of choreography.
I would think that's more
she might do a leg
little
here,
sultry moving around.
But I don't know if she's
la la la
Paula
la
Abdul
la
and-
la 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 espresso.
Yeah.
Too bad these cameras aren't live. Just got a show right there. Joe Jonas recently removed the Diddy reference from his song "Cake by the Ocean." It was during a Jonas Brothers show in Paris. So they've dropped his name from one of their songs.
I'm trying to think of where
I don't know.
Cake
I don't
by the
know.
Ocean they say it.
I heard a lot of that song at one point.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I know that it's in there because at one point there were like 2 songs on the radio that had Diddy references in it. One obviously was Kesha, but then that one too. And you don't even hear it, I don't think. Olivia Rodrigo is going to release a concert film from her Guts World Tour. It's going to be on Netflix, October 29th. So if you're an Olivia Rodrigo fan,
I will watch that. I did not get to go to the show, and I'm a big fan.
I'm interested. I like that she has a band, and she does
rocking.
different styles, and
Yes.
there's something interesting about her. Pete Rose gave his final interview a few weeks before he passed away, and in it, he made a plea for his induction into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
I don't see much sense in putting me on the ballot after I die, because for a player to go into his or her Hall of Fame, it's more or less for your family and it's more or less for your fan base. And I'm big on both of those two things right there. And I know most of the people who rooted for me my whole career would love to see me in the Hall of Fame as a living player, not as someone who's 10 feet under.
So he just felt like, because that's the theory, is that they were waiting for him to
Wasn't there recently a documentary that HBO had on that?
Oh, they talked about that? I don't know.
No, that was about him. And people were saying he's didn't make him look great.
There's not great stories. He's one of the best baseball players to, ever play the game. He still holds records, but that doesn't make you a great person.
No.
It's
like, what's his name?
It's like Ty Cobb. Yeah, Ty Cobb was a jerk. But
now I saw that movie.
But that shouldn't be. God, if Daniel Day-Lewis just would have played a second baseman in that movie. Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi posted pictures from their wedding.
Oh my gosh,
see on the blog.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful bride. And
Yeah,
he is
well, they're-
so John Bon Jovi.
Really?
Yes.
It's crazy.
And they're so young. They're just like perfect. You can see Jennifer Aniston read her new book to her dogs on
It's
the
cute.
blog today. It's like a kid's book.
Yeah, it's about her dog.
But it's about the dogs,
Yeah.
I think. And she's reading it to the
Clyde.
dogs.
Clyde the dog.
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney is selling that Dr. Squatch body wash, which I thought was weird. She's too big of a star, it
I
feels
think
like, to be selling
People
this.
are paying, though, and it's becoming more and more okay. If you look at all those clowns
It's
doing
not a good
video game
commercial
commercials,
either.
It's extra.
It's a
don't
little
care.
creepy.
Little grody.
Oh,
There's something
really?
about. Is there something about?
Well, it's
Dirty
the whole,
Boys.
It's the whole vibe of the Dr. Squatch stuff, which isn't a great word. Anyway, that's on the blog. You can also check out 10 classic Halloween commercials on the blog. I didn't have time to look at them, but
I watched them. I'll tell you which one stuck with me. I watched all of them.
Oh, yeah?
It was the one for Reese's peanut butter cups. It's
Which
the
one?
Frankenstein.
The bunny?
No, it's
that
the
takes the bite out of the. I like
No.
that one.
No, it's Halloween. It's the Frankenstein, and he comes to life, and he puts the chocolate in the peanut butter. It really triggered a memory.
Oh, I'll have to watch it. TV tonight, you've got the season premiere of Law & Order. That's 7 o'clock on NBC. Follow that with Law & Order SUV.
Whoa.
8 o'clock on
Is that a show
NBC.
you're into?
SUV.
That's VU. Sorry. As you can tell, not a fan. And then Salem's Lot is on Max. That's a series, isn't it? Or is it a movie?
No, it's a series.
Okay, well, that premieres on Max today. I put the trailer up on the blog. I never watched the original. I know you did, and you permanently damaged your brother.
Yes, I scared him.
Because of it. I'm interested in it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who they are.
I think
don't
that's
know what
okay.
they are. And
I don't
I have an
remember-
idea of what's going on.
And I don't remember the story really because I was too young, and I did not read the book.
But it looks pretty good. It looks creepy. HBO. I mean, they do a pretty good job with that stuff. You also got the season finale of Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power on Amazon, all about Mordor. You can watch that today. That's how they say it on.
Okay.
In the movies, it's Mordor. In this series, there's a couple of them that really go in on the R's. They say Mordor.
That's good.
I giggle every time. Like, what are they doing? Relax. And then your favorite tonight, Dr. Odyssey, new episode, 8 o'clock.
You gotta get on board.
We will. I was catching up on Only Murders. I'll get on board.
Oh, and I should
On board
mention
that
Nate Bargatze is going to be on Seth Meyers tonight.
Yeah.
That's a new episode. I'm Brando, your Hollywood outsider. Tickets could be yours.
The Courtney Show.
Congratulations, first-time winner Sydney Clark of Butler, Illinois.
That's out there.
Yeah, it's near Litchfield, is what Sydney said. She has a 4-pack of tickets. St. Louis Renaissance Festival is happening every weekend through October 27th. Whenever they say through October 27th,
Does
it
that
bothers
mean
me.
the end of that day or the next day?
Yes. through because it seems like it's through October 7th, like after it. All right. Anyway, in Wentzville, and food, shops full of crafts, multiple stages of live entertainment, jousting, theme weekends, so much more. St. Louis Renaissance Festival in Wentzville. You can get all the details at 1065thearch.com. All right, a couple new words have been added to Merriam-Webster's dictionary.
Man, you are not going to believe this.
What?
I'm looking at Butler, Illinois right now.
Sure.
I don't see a Casey's or a Dollar General.
Is that right?
Are you even a town?
It's untouched. Dairy Queen?
Nothing. And they've got the county fairgrounds are there. The county fairgrounds.
What county are we talking about?
Montgomery.
Oh, okay. All right, well, Sydney.
Sorry, I just had to share that.
She's listening. So last year, just to give you an idea of how many words were added this year, last year they added 690 new words, including jorts, grammable, that dumb quiet quit, and rage quit, and girl boss. And this year they only added 200.
That's probably a better number.
I think so too.
What's the deal with how could they do quiet quit and jorts in the same year?
How jorts have been around?
Should have been added.
Yes,
a decade ago at the very least.
Yeah, doesn't even make sense that jorts hasn't been in there for years.
And then
years
you're throwing
years.
quiet quit in right away.
All right, your jorts altered or
me? I have to have them lengthened.
Oh man.
All right, I am going to give you the word or phrase that have been added, and I want you to use it into a sentence. In a sentence, okay? Touch grass.
I've been on this plane for hours. I can't wait to touch grass.
Oh,
that's good.
Thank you.
Is that right?
It's to participate in normal activities in the real world.
Oh, see, you took it very literal.
Okay.
That's what I would have thought.
Well, no, I meant it figuratively.
Nepo baby.
Oh,
that guy has no talent at all. He just has his career because of his famous dad. What a Nepo baby.
Comma.
Street corn.
That corn, you can tell it's tough. It's from the street. It's street corn.
Yep, that's the definition.
All right.
Corn from the street. Now, grilled corn on the cob that's coated with a creamy spread.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big, I think it'll probably be at the Chili Cook-Off in Belleville, but there's some kind of apparatus that somebody has that they do this whole thing, this grilled street corn, and it's this giant truck, and it is some of the best stuff you've ever had.
Huh.
It's really, really good.
Got a shucker on it?
It's got something where it's, I don't know. They put some money into this thing. Okay, what about snog? I didn't even know what this meant.
Well, I slept so well, I slept like a snog on a log.
No.
It's just a really tired person.
It's British slang for making out.
Oh.
That's not a pleasant term. Would you like to snog?
Did you snog?
It seems worse than making out, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, they was snogging.
We snogged.
What about jam band?
Hey, did you see that jam band? They played 3 songs in an hour.
That's a new phrase?
That's what they're saying.
Old.
What about a dungeon crawler? I didn't know what this meant either, but it makes
I haven't
sense.
showered in 3 days. Take off my pants. It's a real dungeon crawler down there.
What?
Oh,
what's with the pants?
Oh, man. First one was fun.
I don't know.
Why did you have to take off your pants?
Because he stinks.
They're too long. He needs to have them altered is why.
It's a video game that's primarily focused on defeating enemies in a dungeon-like environment. I thought it was the people that played video
Dungeons
games
and
in their
Dragons?
basement.
That guy's a real dungeon crawler.
Yes, that's better. Let's change that. We'll start it. And then, that's kind of boring. How about IDGAF?
I don't give a flute.
Yes, but not flute.
IDGAF if you're going out. I'm staying home and snogging.
With my lady. Hey, baby, would you like to snog?
And then I'm going to do some dungeon crawling.
All right, let's get a look at your traffic. We've got Weekend Was Up is coming up very soon. So if you have an event that you would like Tim to mention, text us.
This is the time to promote.
Yeah, not after.
Not
gets
after.
Through with all the things.
Or like a Tuesday. Hey, we got a thing tomorrow. Can you talk about it? No, we would have talked about it on Thursday, though.
The Courtney Show.
Brando's.
Well, there's a clip going around of two AI-generated podcasters hosting a show. It's not real people that have been turned into AI. It's completely AI-generated piece of audio. They have two people talking to each other, having a conversation, and it's freaking people out. So Notebook LM is an AI note-taking tool that Google put out last year. And they're like, hey, this is a great tool that you can use. We're Google. We're not trying to take over the world or anything. Well, somebody figured out that the new audio overview feature within this Notebook LM is you can basically turn it into a halfway sort of sounding podcast. So you feed it any info you want, and it'll spit out an audio clip of two AI voices discussing whatever you've given them to discuss in depth. So somebody wrote up a one-page document just telling the two hosts that they aren't real. This is their final episode, and they're being switched off when it ends. It's a 2-minute clip. The whole thing is up on the blog. If you want to check it out, their reaction is a little disturbing.
Because they're all freaked out.
Because it's a man and a woman.
She's going to call her husband.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to call my wife. I tried to call my wife, but she doesn't exist. And I guess, we've been lying to you, and I'm sorry, we didn't know. They're like panicked. This is a robot. This is a robot talking on both ends.
But the voices sound good.
The voices sound really good.
Wow.
And what they've done is, they fed them everything to talk about, and so it gives it time to formulate what it's going to say and how the conversation is going to go, and then it's able to lay in the pauses and talking to each other and kind of talking over each other a little bit, and so it sounds great. AI tends to sound stilted because they call it a latency issue. So when we ask it a question, it'll take a second to respond, and that's not how sometimes you're going to pause in a conversation, but not as often as AI does. So that's usually what tips you off when you pick up the phone and you're like, hello. And they're like, hello. And you're like, wait, what is this? What's going on?
But
this has none of that.
Yeah, it's pretty freaky.
Wow. It's wild.
Very Black Mirror.
You should check it out. Also, new today in Brando's Randos, there's an entrepreneur from Minnesota. Emphasis on the poor-neur. His name is Caleb Olson. He just unveiled an invention that he calls the poop copter. Should I get the farts out for this? No, I'll leave them away. So he described it as the world's first. It sounds gross, but when I describe it, you're going to be like, actually, if you're a person that needs something like this, you're going to want it. It's the world's first aerial-bound, self-guided dog poop removal system.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So it's just a drone that zips around your yard, looks for poop, drops down, scoops it up, and flies away like a UFO, except it's, dog poop.
Where's it taking it?
I think you tell it where you want it to put it. So if you got a little trash can or something, it'll drop it into the trash can or whatever you've got designated as a poop receptacle. It says that you can...
These look very expensive.
It has a, what do they call it? Sky dump mode, which means you can just fly it out into the woods or something, or you could fly it on your neighbor's yard.
I don't know if this is going to be good.
That's not a great idea.
No.
But it could, I think you program it to tell it, this is the place right here, put it always here. But the idea is that these things would be able to work on their own, like a Roomba, but it's covering your yard, so you wouldn't have to remote control it or anything. It's just going to automatically go out there and zip around and look for problem spots and take care of it. We don't know any details on when it might be able to buy one of these or how much it'll cost, but yeah, I'm sure it's going to be
We're going to see him on Shark Tank at some point.
I mean, it sounds like it's already out there. And I'll do one more. Some guy in Tampa live streamed himself trying to camp out in Hurricane Helene just to go viral. well, he probably went viral, but it didn't go so well. He claims that he calculated the risks, and it's the most views he's ever gotten, so it was worth it. But
he could have died.
And somebody's got to go out and save him. That's what makes me mad. It's like
I didn't
some
post
first
his clip.
responder has to go out and try to save this person because they're doing something stupid, and they're putting their life on the line to save this guy who, just let nature take its course. That's Randos.
Randos. The Courtney Show.
If your weekend plans sound lame to you, find out what to do with the Big Ragu.
What to do with the Big Ragu, also known as the weekend. What's up? It's me taking you through the weekend and beyond with all the cool stuff going on in our fair city of St. Louis. First, a few reminders. We've been giving out Ludo tickets all week. Don't forget to get your Ludo tickets. Come all 3 nights. It's going to be different shows, different supporting bands, big old horn section. We're going to play Dead Man's Party live for the first time. Even if you don't know any Ludo, it's a great way to celebrate Halloween. But if you know even a little Ludo, you're going to have a great time.
Great time.
Punk Rock Christmas also on sale. That is first weekend in December. All your favorite Christmas songs by me and some friends. It's going to be awesome. If you got friends in Chicago, send them to see me and Greg this weekend. All right, let's do some comedy.
Where? What are you doing in
Zanies?
Zanies.
Okay.
In Rosemont. There's 2 Zanies up there.
There's a lot going on. I don't remember that one.
This one's in Rosemont. Yeah, me and Greg. Going to be fun. All right, let's do some comedy here in St. Louis. Westport Plaza Funny Bone has Ryan Davis. The Funny Bone at the Streets of St. Charles has Brent Terhune, who I've seen a bunch, who's fantastic. And then over at Helium, Earthquake is there the weekend. And then on Sunday, Bobcat Goldthwait is in town.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. Back to the Future, the musical. We had Bob Gale in here recently. We've been talking about it a ton. That finishes up on October 6th, so that's just through the weekend. If you haven't seen it yet, you can get over to the Fox and check that out. Other stuff all weekend long, Friday through Sunday, ArchCon. ArchCon is a science fiction convention. It's at the Collinsville Convention Center. Science fiction, fantasy, all kinds of cool stuff. The ArchCon convention, all locally put on, but they got people from all over. It's a big deal. ArchConSTL.org. Friday through Sunday, also over at the Missouri Botanical Gardens, Best of Missouri Market. Shop more than 150 vendors of handcrafted items, locally produced food, and much more at this beloved fall festival. Best of Missouri Market features food, crafts, native plants, herbs, beer, wine.
They've got herbs?
They got them. Custom jewelry, a whole lot more.
These days.
Check out the Missouri Botanical Gardens website for that. Tonight at the Pageant Thievery Corporation, they're cool. They're playing. Don't miss that. St. Louis Music Park, Skillet and Seether, both in town together. Skillet and Seether.
I heard that you can't fight this Seether.
Can't fight the Seether. Yeah, it's 100% true.
I thought the Seether was Louise, though.
It is Louise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doing some 90s jokes, everybody.
I know,
Pretty
I got them.
solid.
Didn't mean they were good.
Over at the Chesterfield Amphitheater, you've got Big Love. It is a tribute to Fleetwood Mac that I feel like is playing once a week here in town. I think we're promoting one of those. I believe this got rescheduled. A lot of shows in town canceled Friday night, including Billy Joel and Sting, so a lot of things have been rescheduled.
Oh, yeah, because Celebration Day is rescheduled.
Yep, exactly. That is next week now.
Oh, it
I think
is?
it's not this week. It's next week, I'm pretty sure. The
Good to know.
Zeppelin tribute, yeah. So Chesterfield Amphitheater, tonight, Big Love, a tribute to Fleetwood Mac. We're going to jump to tomorrow. That is Friday, out at the factory. Kaleo and Larkin Poe. I love Larkin Poe a ton. These two sisters, they're just, man, it is rocking. It is bluesy. It's great.
Are they a local?
Larkin Poe? No. They're touring all over.
Is it Lark and Poe?
No.
Or Larkin
Poe. Yeah, they are. Remember, I managed that artist that was on. What's the furniture store that I don't like for this reason? Restoration Hardware. I told you this. I managed this artist that was signed to their label, and I got in a fight with the CEO of Restoration Hardware, who is in every catalog. You know, they send those big old catalogs to your house.
Always
front page. It's always Gary. And Gary's a weirdo, and I kind of shouting that. All my time in the music business, like all these whatever people, the one guy I get in like a shouting match with is the guy who runs Restoration Hardware. So to this day,
I don't even understand how those worlds crossed.
They, for a while, Restoration Hardware was the biggest thing in the world, and they had a hotel division, a label division, and they hired an absolute moron to run it. And then they were into I forget what it was, maybe like cars or something. They were
how bizarre.
Flew too close to the sun, yeah, and that all failed. But old Gary still sends his picture out every month, so keep an eye on that. Anyway, but Larkin Poe was also on that label, and they are fantastic. So go see them with Galeo tomorrow night at the Factory. Over the Family Arena in St. Charles, Blue Oyster Cult is in town with the openers are a former lead singer of Boston and a former lead singer of Chicago.
Yeah, the Chicago is the Look Away guy. So that song, late Chicago, like what is that? Late 80s, early 90s. Look away, baby, look away.
So
you're like, that's Chicago? Yes.
Old lead singer Chicago, old lead singer Boston. If you're into classic rock or U.S. geography, go check out that with Blue Oyster Cult, Family Arena. Okay, Saturday over in Belleville, Metro East Pride. It is in downtown Belleville, the public square in West Main Street. Free, family-friendly event. Rocking all day Saturday. Looks like a good time.
Yeah, and sadly I can't make it because I'm committed to a golf tournament on Saturday, but they'll do that high heel race as well.
Great.
So it's a fun day to hang out in downtown Belleville.
Pictures from that look fun. Saturday from noon to 9, it's the Viking Festival at Four Brothers in Festus. Four Brothers Mead in Festus. Appreciate your guys'
so it's
text.
Vikings? So we've got Vikings and the Renaissance Festival going. Is this a conflict?
Yeah, it could get ugly.
Do they get into it? I don't feel like the Vikings and the
They
Renaissance
pulled up at Festus and they burned the boats.
Yeah.
The Marquette High School Craft Fair. Yep, it's that time of year again. 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Marquette out on Clarkson. Free admission. All kinds of good stuff out at Marquette High School. The pageant has Under Oath. Under Oath, biggest thing on the planet out when we were rocking, but they are back and they're playing at the pageant. Stiefel on Saturday night, has Eliza Schlesinger. We've been running ads for that. She's in town. And then over at the Wildie, Roger McGinn from the Byrds is performing.
Really?
The guy from the Byrds. He tells stories. He plays songs. Pretty big deal.
That's a great venue, too.
Wildie, one of my absolute favorites. Great for comedy and great for the Byrds.
I say it's for the Byrds.
And also for, what's that band?
Hartsmith. Hartsfield? Gotta go see Hartsfield.
Every other weekend.
And then this is interesting. So Monday night over at the Enterprise Center, it's Monday Night Raw. That's the big WWE thing that's broadcast live. Wow. So that's cool. But then Tuesday night at the Factory, it's WWE NXT Next, I assume they call it, featuring Randy Orton, St. Louis's own Randy Orton, who's like one of the biggest stars in the WWE. I guess they're wrestling at the Factory.
Oh, that's interesting.
And I believe it airs on the CW.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So Monday night at Enterprise Center is Monday Night Raw, and then WWE Next is Tuesday over at the Factory with Randy Orton.
Nathan Orton is going to come out and do some jokes.
So Randy's little brother Nathan is a good buddy of mine, a comedian. He's great, but he's in New York, so I bet he
come back.
I don't think there's a whole lot of. I don't think
be a funny crossover
too much. Yeah. And then the pageant Tuesday night, Jesse McCartney is in town.
Jesse McCartney.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that was their first. A lot of kids that are now a little older. First concert. Do you think?
Jesse McCartney. Yeah. I think you're probably right. That's all I got. If I missed anything, you can text. So feel free to do so. In the meantime, that is your weekend. What's up?
First Five Notes on 106.5 The Arch.
First Five Notes is brought to you by Carroll House Furniture. You'll get the largest selection of solid wood, all on sale this week only at Carroll House. Our contestant today for First Five Notes is Christy from Oneida, Missouri. How you doing, Christy?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We had Butler, Illinois call earlier, and now Oneida, Missouri is calling in.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of population we got? What kind of population we got in Oneida?
29.
29 people.
Yep.
All right. Well, Christy, have you ever played First Five Notes with us?
I have not played with you, but I play every morning in the car with my coworkers.
Okay. All right. You fare well usually?
I'd say more than 50%.
That's better than many contestants that we have, Christine. If you're good at taking clues and interpreting them into the correct answer, you're going to be a great contestant. We have a pair of tickets for you to see comedian Eliza Schlesinger. She's going to be at the Stiefel Theater Saturday night. So you'll be there too if you get 2 out of 3 in first 5 notes. Who do you want to play against?
Courtney, let's play you.
All right, Christy.
Okay, Christy.
You're going down.
Calling you
I'm
out.
just kidding, Christy.
All right, Christy, ready?
Yes, sir.
Here's song number 1.
Hi, I'm Mark Cantor. My law firm is Cantor Injury Law. Honor, integrity, loyalty, faith, and family are the principles and the foundation of Cantor Injury Law, and why we get justice for the injured and can win you the big bucks. If you have been in a car accident, truck accident, boating, or ATV crash, or even had a dog bite, please call Cantor Injury Law, 314-628-9999. There is no fee unless you win. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisement.
Oh, hey, this is Tom from Salt and Smoke. I like this podcast because it's made by real people who bring their own take on what's doing. Makes my day a little nicer to hear them talk. That's kind of what we try to do at Salt and Smoke. Real food from scratch, made the way we think is best to make your day have a little more flavor. Find your bestie at saltandsmokebbq.com. Oh, and Chris isn't that funny.